organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, it's almost here. We are counting down the final hours until Election Day. See when and where you can get your final say on who makes it to the White House.
And a fair debate. We'll tell you the good and the bad about the proposed Johnson County Justice Center.
And in sports is the debut of our brand new series, Beyond the Locker Room.
That's coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning into your Monday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Nicole Meehan.
And I'm Rebecca Hager. Only hours remain until the polls open for the 2012 presidential election.
And a record number of Iowans have already taken advantage of early voting, but there are still more who will cast their votes on Tuesday. Here are the main districts for university students. You can view the whole district map and locations at the auditor's website. Common voting locations for students include the main library, Quadrangle Dormitory, the Gilbert Street Recreation Center, and elementary schools around the city. Polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 9 p.m.
If you are not yet registered to vote in Iowa City, that is not a problem. Just make sure you bring an ID, either a driver's license or a passport, along with a piece of mail that proves you live in Johnson County. You can catch Daily Iowan TV's post-election coverage with a live show on Wednesday morning at 8:30. Also be sure to check out tomorrow's issue of the Daily Iowan for more information.
A proposed center has been the topic of some debates between Johnson County residents and officials. Residents will be able to vote yes or no on whether or not they want the county to build a new justice center. Daily Iowan TV's Anna Theodosis has the story.
Johnson County residents and officials have sparred over the past few weeks on whether or not a new justice center should be built. The proposed center would house a new 243-bed jail and court space in addition to the current courthouse. I'm standing behind the Johnson County Courthouse. The public will make a decision on November 6th on whether or not they want the proposed Johnson County Justice Center to be built. If it is approved by the public, then it will be built behind me where there is currently a parking lot. 60% of locals need to vote in favor of the center in order for it to be passed. Courthouse officials are stressing the need for a new center for security and space reasons.
Remodeling always costs more. It doesn't make sense for fiscal responsibility to build something that would only meet our needs today. And when we open the jail and the courthouse in 3 years, it's already going to be overcrowded, and we're having to ship inmates outside of Johnson County or delay hearings because we don't have enough space.
The current 111-year-old jail has 156 inmates a day with 92 beds, and overflow inmates are sent to other counties, costing Johnson County $1.1 to $1.3 million a year. Critics of the new center argue that it would be too large, therefore encouraging more arrests. Anna Theodosis, Daily Iowan TV.
In the year 2005, a similar bond issue was rejected by 65% of voters. Voting results will be announced on Election Day.
Iowa City Police Chief Sam Hargadine may be leaving Iowa City and returning to his roots. Hargadine confirmed he had an interview for the chief position at the St. Charles, Missouri Police Department. The Missouri native has been working in Iowa since 2005. This year marks his 30th year in police work. Although he has not yet had a job offer, he says the new position would take him closer to the rest of his family.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, a cool transition. See how a former Iowa football player has moved his skills to radio.
And in sports, Hawkeye Hoops is back, and Daily Iowan TV Sports is coming up with the highlights.
But first, let's go to Anna Theodosis for a look at the local weather.
Thanks, Nicole. Looking to tomorrow, the morning will be cool with a 50% chance of rain. That chance continues to the afternoon as the temperatures jump to 52 degrees.
For the evening, we will return to the low 40s with partly cloudy skies. And now let's take a look at the extended forecast. The temperatures for the beginning of the week will hover in the low 50s. Rainy skies will go away for Wednesday as we see partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will raise for the weekend, even reaching a high of 68 for the home football game, although there is a slight chance for Saturday. We end the week with an even greater chance of precipitation at 70%. That's all for your weather update. Back to you guys at the desk.
The Iowa City landlord who was arrested for spying on tenants has been released on bail. But the tenants are saying that the police didn't do a good enough job. 2 women caught 63-year-old Iowan Miller looking through a hole in a vent on October 31st. The 2 girls called the police, but they said that the officers did nothing to make them feel safe. They said the officers also failed to inform anyone else in the building. Iowa City Police released a statement saying, "They are searching for additional victims and they have referred to the victims to several legal channels." No court date has been made for Miller.
One goes affectionately by the nickname DJK. The other is a Hawkeye football beat reporter. Together, the two have combined to create KRUI's new wildly popular podcast. Daily Iowan TV reporter Nick Safransky listens in on the show that is breaking records.
Welcome back, welcome in to the DJK and Cozy Show. We're only on KRUI.FM.
The DJK and Cozy Show has quickly become a hit amongst the University of Iowa football fans. KRUI 89.7 FM struck gold when former Hawkeye star Darrell Johnson-Koulianos and beat reporter Matt Cozy joined together for the weekly football podcast.
I kind of know what's going on, what the team's thinking and what players are thinking and how to prepare for it and what we're seeing and what they're seeing. And obviously Matt, being as articulate as he is and well advanced from a football standpoint, together we created kind of a fun show.
The duo hit it right off from the start, shattering the record for page hits on the KRUI website. The buzz that the show has created isn't based just on their names, but the certain style they bring to the microphone.
We try not to have any boundaries when we, comment on the team's performance or just the Big Ten in general. We try to tell it like it is, and if that means him or I criticizing Coach Ferentz or James Vandenberg or whoever, that's what we'll do.
The show is recorded here in the KRUI studios every Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock. And as long as the Hawkeyes are playing football, the guys will keep producing. Nick Safransky, Daily Iowan TV.
The DJK and Cozy Show hits the web and can be downloaded every Thursday at 2 o'clock.
And now let's take a look at what's going on outside of Iowa City. A zoo trip turned tragic on Sunday when a 2-year-old boy was killed after falling into a wild dog exhibit. Pittsburgh Zoo officials said the mother put the child on the railing of the viewing deck. The boy lost his balance and fell into the exhibit. The dogs then attacked him. The Pittsburgh Zoo was closed and has not released any plans to reopen.
Fighting in Syria increased as civilians began attacking each other in the streets of Damascus. A car bomb killed 11 civilians on Monday in a pro-Syrian neighborhood. Before, the fighting had only been between the Syrian military and rebels, but now the fighting has spread to civilians who are either for or against the Syrian government.
And the French government is set to unveil plans for a new law regarding same-sex marriage. The Marriage for Everyone plan would allow gay couples to marry and adopt a child. Polls held in the socialist country now show a strong opposition to the new law. This opposition contradicts the high amount of favor for the plan earlier this year. Government and religious officials have now begun campaigning against same-sex marriage. French officials plan to release details of the new law on Wednesday.
A busy show for our sports staff today. Basketball is back. Our new series, Beyond the Locker Room, is debuting, and a whole lot more on the way. Let's throw it to Alyssa Bergamini for more. Alyssa?
Good evening and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. A lot to cover today, so let's jump right into it with the debut of our brand new segment, Beyond the Locker Room, chronicling the lives of student athletes at the University of Iowa. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Muriel Koenig kicks off the series.
Iowa City is a long way from Pontiac, Michigan, the home of junior wide receiver Kavonte Martin Manley.
Pontiac's a great city. It taught me a lot. It really shaped who I am. You know, most of my family's from Pontiac, and you know, it's really where my heart is.
His heart also lies in sports, a passion that took a lot of work and sacrifice to achieve.
It was extremely hard, but you know, I was a hardworking kid, and I didn't have a problem with it. And the struggles in Pontiac, it really motivated me to work hard.
Martin Manley's hard work started at Playmakers University, a training program he helped start. The training he received propelled him into college football and landed him right here on the Hawkeye stage. Play after play after play is the only familiar scene most Hawkeye fans have of the junior wide receiver. But at the end of the game, when the whistle blows and Kinnick Stadium is once again empty, Kavonte Martin Manley, like any other college student, looks to other activities to unwind.
We had bowling nights. We started getting competitive, and then it just turned into a habit of something that we do.
And being competitive is just part of the fun.
Yeah, I'm still the best, though.
That's not true. That's not true.
Whether true or false, when it comes to football, one thing is for sure.
It can get tough sometimes, but what gets me through it is reminding me of why I'm doing it, who I'm doing it for, and you know, just the whole reason of, you know, why I'm here.
And who is he doing it for?
Obviously myself, but I'm also doing it for my family and also for my hometown. And of course my teammates.
As a recreation sports business major, Martin Manley hopes to use the tools he learns to impact his community back in Pontiac. Muriel Kone, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Thanks for that, Muriel. Hawkeye Hoops is back, and after a season capped by postseason promise in her summer to improve their games, this year's version of the Black and Gold is ready to fight and earn back their way to Big Ten relevancy. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Kate Constable has a scoop on Fran Bunch's season opener. Kate?
The Hawks hit the floor for the first time this year, and boy, did they look good. The veteran set the tone early with Devin Marble hitting the jumper to put the Hawks on board first. And then it's sophomore Aaron White using his length for the steal and two-handed jam. He'll have more of an impact on the team this year. Hawks up 13-0. Then it's Mike Gasol with the crossover and the jumper. Remember his name later this year. He led the team with 18 points. After about 12 scoreless minutes, Quincy finally gets their first basket, but that doesn't rattle the Hawks as senior Eric May shows why he's captain with the two-handed jam. Hawks come out of the half on top, 48-19, and a little cold behind the arc, but the big men are there to clean up. Aaron White comes in for the rebound and the jam, and then a little fast break. Melson Basabi gets out running. And watch out, here comes Basabi. Hawks lead 63-37. Again, a fast break for the Hawks. This time, freshman Anthony Clemens with a little give and go as he lays the ball up and in. And then it's Josh Oglesby, who was hot behind the arc all night, shooting 3 of 6 back-to-back threes, and nothing but net gets Hawk fans off their feet. Hawks put up big numbers, winning 100-54.
We have a whole lot left to cover, but unfortunately for tonight, we are out of time. However, extended coverage of today's whip around and field hockey beat reporter Cody Goodwin's take on the Big Ten championships can be seen online anytime at dailyiowan.com. Well, that's all I have for you tonight in sports. Back to you, Rebecca and Nicole.
Thanks, Alyssa. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at tomorrow's edition of the Daily Iowan. Read about students who were affected by Hurricane Sandy and what local groups are doing to help.
Plus, read about how Johnson County is prepping for Tuesday's election despite the successful early voting turnout.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.